Alright, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's motovlog is going to be a do-over of something that I tried to do yesterday. And it's a saying that I've kind of taken to heart throughout all of my jobs. And it's super simple, and I guess that's kind of the reason why it stuck with me so well is, and here's the saying: if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. I know, it's simple and it's kind of dumb, right? Let me fix my microphone. It's simple and kind of dumb, but the thing is, like, it's true. Think about it from a worker's perspective, and think about it from a management perspective or a business owner's perspective. If you're running a business and you see employees who are just chit-chatting to each other, leaning on the counters, and, you know, just gossiping with one another during work hours, the store had better be clean. The business had better be, you know, totally taken care of. Everything should be good to roll, and then talking to one another should be like a last resort. Everything should be perfect, you know, then you can do stuff, then you can get paid for, you know, just wasting time. But, you know, it's tough to look at. Like, I've been a manager, I was a manager at my old job. It's tough to see employees who are talking to one another, wasting company time when work still has to get done. And honestly, those are the people that you send home early, or you go ahead and discipline, or you write up, or you say, hey, you know, this is the 3rd time, the 5th time, the 10th time I've caught you, you know, not working. You're fired. And, you know, it's something so simple. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. On the very basic level, do everything else that you need to do, and then it's okay. It might be okay to go ahead and talk with your coworkers. And, alright, so I talked about it from a management perspective. Let's go ahead and talk about it from a worker's perspective. Alright, I don't know about your mindset, but when I go to work, I don't focus on anything else. I do the job that's at hand, and if there's no customers available, or there's no other jobs or projects that I have to be doing, what I do is I research. I do research on the product that we have. I do research on, you know, some of the foundational parts of the business, some of the, you know, where's the business going, where did it come from, and those are the kind of little extra things that I do before I talk to other employees. And, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. Let me just say that. If you're cleaning and your other employees are cleaning, and you guys can, or it goes down to like the basics. If you guys are comfortable doing your jobs and talking at the same time, that's totally fine. But if you aren't doing your job and you're just talking, like, you deserve to get fired. Like, come on now, that's not professional. But a lot of people don't see that. Oh man, my fuel light just turned on. A lot of people don't see that, you know. They think, oh, you know, I'm getting to know my coworkers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What, you want to run this like a prison? But, you know, hey, man, the person who hired you to do a job, not to get to know your fellow coworkers and not to do this and that. You can still get to know your coworkers while you're doing your job. Just make sure you're doing your damn job first. And, like, it's so simple, and it's one of the reasons why, for example, yesterday was a rainy day, and that's kind of why I'm redoing this vlog, was because the audio was all messed up and the picture wasn't right because it was raining. But it was a rainy day at the shop yesterday. So what did I do? Like, I researched everything that I wanted to research, everything that I was curious about. You know, I chit-chatted a little bit with my coworkers, and then I was like, let me go ahead and check the store. And of course, places that I couldn't see from behind the counter, from, you know, my workstation, you know, they were kind of messed up. So I was like, let me go fix this. And, you know, parts of the store were kind of messed up in terms of, like, hey, we have product in the back, let me go ahead and move it to the front. And, you know, I just started doing that. Nobody had told me to do it, but I just did it anyways. and the business owner had ended up walking in, and he sent 2 people home. He sent the people who weren't working, who were just standing behind the counter, you know, and who, I mean, it's just luck of the draw, because, you know, I was standing behind the counter too, you know, researching on the computer, but they weren't doing anything. They were just talking to each other, and looking out the windows, you know, wasting company time. And as a business owner, what do? You send them home. Because if business is slow, and, you know, if business is slow, and you have 2 employees who are not working, and you have two other employees who are working hard during the downtime, of course you're going to let them stay, because they have that productivity in mind. And really, it's like, it's what kind of person are you? Are you the kind of employee who wants to steal from the company? Because if you're just chit-chatting on company time, you're stealing from the company. You're stealing from the business. And I used to be a manager, but now I'm back down to I'm back down to a sales level position. And yes, it's difficult to be the guy who's lifting the heavy weight instead of delegating who's supposed to lift the weight and where to put it. But you know, it's my instinct as a hard worker and as someone with work ethic to just push and push to either learn more, do more, or make the business succeed in some other way, whether it's increasing productivity or if it's getting to understand the product. It's just so simple. But you know, a lot of people don't get that. They say, oh man, you know, it's slow, it's a slow day, let me pull out my cell phone, and then boom, like, you deserve to get sent home. And I know it seems really simple, that it's pretty cut and dry, but in the moment, if you see someone else like not working, it's contagious. Because 1, it's human nature to not be left out of things, and 2, it's human nature not to be the guy who sticks out. You know what I'm saying? If everybody else is talking and I'm the one guy who decides to restock inventory, like, they're like, oh, look at this busy bee, he's trying to, you know, he's brown nosing, but I'm not the guy getting sent home, am I? Like, it doesn't matter what other employees think of you, as long as you're doing the job that, you know, that you're paid to do, and as long as you have a job at the end of the day. Because those guys got cut like 3 hours like early of their shift, and that's like $60. That's $60 worth of a paycheck that they're not going to get just because they didn't want to work. And there's always stuff to do at your business. Like, no matter where you work, no matter what you do, even if you're like some guy who works at McDonald's, you're retired and you've served, you know, your 25 years of experience, and then you're working another job, there's always something to do where you're at right now. You can always clean out the grease trap. You can always mop the floor. You can always sweep. You can always wash windows. You can always ask someone who's more senior than you at the position what you can be doing. And even that's something. You can ask them, hey, can you teach me about this product? Hey, can you show me what to do during this downtime? There's always something to do. And at the very, very basic level, if you've completed your job, if you're selling cars, sell cars. If you're selling guns, sell the guns. But if you've run out of customers to sell guns and cars to, then you better be cleaning, you better be restocking, because man, that's what keeps the business going. It's not idle hands, it's the willingness of the employees and of the managers to see that, hey, even if it's slow, there's still work that needs to be done. And man, like I said, lazy people are contagious. And as a business owner, no, I'm not a business owner, but because I work at a small business, like, I can see that. If sales aren't good, you send people home. And who do you send home? You send home the people who aren't working, who aren't busting their ass every day. Because you wonder what they're doing when you're not looking. You know what I'm saying? You wonder what they're doing when you have your own stuff to do. And you never want to be that guy who gets cut. You never want to be that guy who gets you know, passed on for a promotion because your boss saw you dicking around. And like, yeah, it seems super simple and really straightforward, but like I said, it's so easy to fall into a trap of laziness because you don't want to be the guy who gets left out. You don't want to be the sore thumb. And a lot of people are comfortable being lazy. They're comfortable with making money for nothing. But don't be that guy. Strive to work harder and strive to learn more. Because man, there's always more stuff to learn. There's always more stuff to do. And at the very basic level, clean. And if you're done cleaning and it looks totally spotless, then you can talk. Or talk while you clean, talk while you work, that's fine. But you better not be just sucking air, looking out the windows, jibber-jabbering, and looking at your phone. Because man, like, it's dumb. It's really dumb. The two guys that got sent home, they're really cool, but they're, like, I can tell they're lazy. I can tell they're lazy. Because me, the new guy at this job, decided to bust ass and do, like, little basic things like restock and change, you know, change the merchandise around, while these other guys are just like, whatever, he's just the new guy, you know, trying to suck up to the bosses. But no, that's my job. It's my job to make sure the store is ready for business. And man, like, you know what it feels like to waste time, to waste company time. Like, yeah, it's cool when you're getting paid to, you know, to stand around and do nothing, but like, do it at your own risk, because if you get caught, like, man, it might not hurt you then, or it might hurt you then, but at the very least, your boss is going to talk to you and they're going to think about you. They're going to be like, oh man, that person's lazy, I can't trust that person, I'm not going to promote that person. And at the very least, they're going to say, oh man, I'm not going to schedule that person for this shift because I know it's a slow shift and they're not going to get anything done. So guys, like, just work hard. And if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be friends with your coworkers, but remember what your job is and remember where on the pecking order that you lie. But anyways guys, just take that little snippet of advice and hopefully you carry it into your workplace, and hopefully people start looking up to you as the person they can count on. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.